Seniors. Stop taking these 5 common pills. They're quietly weakening your heart. Are you taking pills every day that are meant to keep you healthy, but secretly draining the life out of your heart? It might start quietly. A little extra fatigue. Maybe your morning walks feel a bit heavier than usual. Your breath feels shorter on the stairs, and your energy doesn't bounce back like it used to. But what if I told you it might not be age that's to blame? It might be something in your medicine cabinet. What you're about to hear might shock you. Because some of the most common medications prescribed to seniors, the ones trusted by millions, could be quietly weakening your heart muscle, interfering with circulation, or even stealing essential nutrients your body needs to stay strong. And the worst part? Most doctors won't mention it unless you ask. Not because they don't care, but because the truth is layered, and not every side effect gets talked about. But today, we're pulling back the curtain. You'll learn which 5 pills you need to be careful with, how they impact your heart as you age, and most importantly, what smarter alternatives or habits could protect your health without sacrificing quality of life. If you're over 60, your heart deserves more than guesswork. Let's uncover what's really happening and how to fix it. Let's begin with the first pill most seniors trust, but that may quietly be working against your heart health. Number 5, calcium channel blockers. It is a type of medication often prescribed for high blood pressure or chest pain. You may know them by names like amlodipine or diltiazem. On paper, they sound like lifesavers. They relax the blood vessels, reduce the workload on the heart, and keep pressure under control. But here's what most people don't realize. For adults over 60, calcium channel blockers can slowly chip away at something vital, your heart's electrical rhythm and muscle tone. Think of your heart not as just a pump, but as an orchestra. It needs precise timing and steady rhythm to keep everything flowing smoothly. These drugs, while helpful for some conditions, can disrupt that rhythm if not monitored closely. They can also cause the heartbeat to slow too much, a condition called bradycardia, especially in older adults with less metabolic flexibility. Have you noticed swelling in your legs or ankles? Maybe a fluttering in your chest that comes and goes? Feeling faint when you stand up too fast? These could all be subtle warning signs that the medication meant to support your heart is also placing stress on its natural function. Here's what's even more surprising. Calcium channel blockers can sometimes block not only the pressure signals in your vessels, but also your ability to absorb certain nutrients like magnesium or potassium, both crucial for maintaining heart strength and preventing arrhythmias. Without enough of these minerals, your heart muscle gets weaker. It tires out, and you might feel that as leg heaviness, slower thinking, or daily exhaustion that doesn't improve with sleep. But here's the good news. If you're on one of these medications, you don't have to stop cold turkey. Always speak to your doctor. But ask about whether it's still the right option for your age and symptoms. In some cases, lower doses, alternative classes, or lifestyle strategies like structured walking routines, magnesium-rich foods, or stress-reducing habits can work in tandem or even reduce the need for high doses. Many seniors have found relief by simply asking better questions and tracking their body's response. After all, the goal of medicine is to support life, not slow it down. Let's move on now to another widely prescribed pill. It's taken daily by millions, and many believe it protects their heart. But new research shows it might do the opposite over time. Number 4, proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs. You may know them as omeprazole, esomeprazole, or pantoprazole. These are the little pills prescribed for heartburn, acid reflux, or ulcers. They're meant to reduce stomach acid and give your gut a break. But what most seniors don't know is that these drugs, especially when taken for months or even years, can quietly start to harm the very system they were designed to protect, including your heart. Here's how. Stomach acid isn't just about digestion. It's essential for absorbing key nutrients like magnesium, calcium, vitamin B12, and iron. Without enough acid, your body starts slipping into a state of quiet deficiency. Over time, that low-grade depletion doesn't just show up as weak nails or thinning hair. It starts affecting your heart muscle, your brain's clarity, and even your leg strength. Let's focus on magnesium for a moment. This mineral is critical for your heart's rhythm, your blood pressure, and the contraction of muscles, including the heart itself. PPIs block acid, and in doing so, block magnesium absorption too. That can lead to arrhythmias, fatigue, shortness of breath, and in extreme cases, even sudden cardiac events. And if you've been feeling tired after meals, dizzy when standing, or dealing with muscle cramps at night, you might not connect the dots. But your body could be crying out for the nutrients that PPIs have kept locked away. There's also something else. Long-term PPI use has been associated with higher risks of chronic kidney disease, infections, and even dementia in older adults. Why? Because the gut is the gatekeeper to your immune system and your brain. When the balance of acid is disrupted, so is your entire internal environment. But here's the hopeful part. You don't have to stay on these forever. Many seniors are placed on PPIs for a short-term issue, but never told when or how to stop. The key is to work with your doctor to taper slowly and rebuild your gut naturally. Start by asking, why am I still taking this after so long? Then explore natural ways to support digestion, like eating slowly, avoiding heavy meals at night, using apple cider vinegar and water before meals, or adding bitter greens to your plate. And if stress is behind your reflux, don't underestimate the power of slow breathing or light stretching after dinner. Your body's signals are often less about food and more about pressure, inflammation, and daily rhythm. It's not about blame, it's about awareness. And once you know what to ask, you can begin to take back control. Have you felt this too? That quiet erosion of energy or the mystery of low B12 despite eating well? You're not imagining it. And it's never too late to change course. There's a better way to age. One that supports your heart, your digestion, and your freedom. And if this message resonates with you, we'd love to have you in our community. Subscribe to this channel for more practical health tips, and join us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. You'll find natural routines, heart-friendly foods, and guidance from others walking the same path together. Now let's move on to something that's often taken for energy, clarity, or even depression, but might be stirring up trouble beneath the surface. Number 3. Anticholinergic medications. These are some of the most overlooked threats to senior heart and brain health. You may have never heard the word anticholinergic before, but chances are you've seen or even taken one of these drugs. They're hiding in plain sight, in medications for allergies, insomnia, bladder control, depression, and even motion sickness. We're talking about common names like diphenhydramine, doxylamine, amitriptyline, oxybutynin, and some over-the-counter sleep aids. Sounds harmless, right? But here's what most seniors don't realize. These medications block a crucial neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, and that sets off a domino effect in the aging body. Let's break it down. Acetylcholine is like the body's internal messaging system. It controls everything from muscle contractions to heartbeat regulation, memory processing, and even sweat production. It keeps your brain alert, your muscles coordinated, and your heart rhythm stable. Now imagine putting up roadblocks in that communication system day after day. That's what anticholinergic drugs do. You might notice it first in small ways. A bit of forgetfulness, dry mouth, constipation, blurry vision. Then it becomes a little harder to focus. Your balance might feel a bit off. You start to notice heart palpitations or irregular rhythms that weren't there before. Most people never connect these subtle symptoms to the pills they're taking, especially when those pills are labeled for sleep or allergies. But the real danger is cumulative. The longer you're on anticholinergics, especially if you're taking more than one, the greater the risk. Studies from the National Institute on Aging and Harvard Medical School have linked long-term anticholinergic use to a significantly higher risk of dementia, even when taken as directed. And when your memory and coordination falter, your risk of falling rises, your independence slips, and your quality of life begins to erode. But it doesn't end there, because these drugs also influence the heart. By disrupting nerve signals, they can lead to increased heart rate, reduced heart rate variability, and even higher blood pressure, all of which increase the stress on an already aging cardiovascular system. Have you ever taken a sleep aid and woken up feeling groggy, confused, or off balance? That's the anticholinergic effect in real time. Have you noticed more confusion in the evening, a fuzzy feeling in your head, or unexplained fatigue that lingers for hours? You're not imagining it. Here's the good news. There are alternatives. You don't have to choose between sleep and safety, between comfort and clarity. For sleep, consider magnesium glycinate or melatonin in small doses. For allergies, look at non-anticholinergic antihistamines like loratadine. For mood or bladder issues, talk with your doctor about newer generation options with less cognitive and cardiovascular impact. And the best medicine of all? A consistent daily routine. A walk in the morning sun. Hydrating through the day. A wind-down practice in the evening that tells your nervous system it's safe to rest. These things might seem simple, but they're what the brain and body truly respond to over time. There's something powerful about learning what's really affecting your health. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that knowledge can help you or someone you love step back from the edge. Most people ignore this, but that's where the damage starts. And you don't have to go down that path. You can still enjoy restful sleep, a steady heart, and a clear mind, just by choosing differently, one step at a time. Now let's talk about a pill that's been sold as protective, even essential, but might actually be draining your strength and disrupting your circulation. Number 2 is hiding behind a very deceptive label. Most seniors don't question it because their doctor prescribed it without blinking, but that doesn't make it harmless. In fact, this pill has been linked to a gradual decline in the very thing your body needs to keep you feeling sharp, steady, and mobile. It's called a diuretic. You might know it as a water pill. These are often prescribed to treat high blood pressure or reduce fluid retention. They sound simple, even gentle. Just help the body release excess water and salt, right? But here's what most seniors don't realize. The way these pills force your kidneys to flush out fluids also flushes out key minerals your heart and muscles desperately need, and over time, that can lead to serious problems. Let's make this visual. Imagine your body is a well-balanced aquarium. The water is clear, the fish swim happily, and the plants are thriving. But now, imagine pouring out big scoops of water every day, without checking if you're also removing the oxygen, the nutrients, and the good bacteria. Eventually, the balance tips. That's what happens when seniors take diuretics daily. Yes, it reduces pressure, but it also drains away potassium, magnesium, and sodium. These minerals don't just affect hydration. They're the spark plugs for your entire muscular system, including your heart. This is where the risk begins to rise. According to the National Institutes of Health, low potassium or hypokalemia can cause irregular heartbeats, muscle cramps, and extreme fatigue. And this isn't rare. Studies show that many seniors on diuretics have chronically low potassium levels, especially if they're not eating enough mineral-rich foods or aren't being closely monitored. Over time, this can quietly stress the heart, making it work harder to pump blood. That means slower walking speed, heavier legs, and more shortness of breath from simple tasks. And it gets worse when you layer diuretics with other medications. If you're also taking a blood pressure medication or a beta blocker, the effects can compound. You may start feeling dizzy when you stand up. You may notice your balance isn't what it used to be. Or maybe you've been blaming your fatigue on aging, when in reality, your electrolyte balance is being stripped away every morning by a pill you thought was helping. Have you felt that faint lightheadedness when you get out of bed? That stiffness in your calves after a short walk? Or a strange thumping in your chest when you're resting? These aren't just aging symptoms. These are signs your heart is being forced to operate with one hand tied behind its back. Because when your electrolytes are out of balance, every heartbeat becomes a little less efficient. And here's something that might surprise you. Your brain is affected too. Electrolyte imbalance can lead to confusion, memory lapses, and slower reflexes. So now it's not just about how fast you can move. It's about how clearly you can think and how safely you can respond to the world around you. That's critical if you're trying to avoid a fall or make decisions under pressure. But there's a silver lining here, and it's a powerful one. If you suspect diuretics are silently weakening your heart, you don't have to quit cold turkey. In fact, you shouldn't. Talk to your doctor about adjusting the dose, switching to a milder option, or adding supportive foods that restore what's being lost. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are rich in potassium. So are avocados, sweet potatoes, bananas, and beans. Even coconut water can help rebalance electrolytes if your sodium levels are stable. And here's something else that makes a big difference. Ask your doctor about adding magnesium. Many seniors are deficient without realizing it, and magnesium is essential for heart rhythm and muscle recovery. A supplement can be helpful, but you can also find it in pumpkin seeds, almonds, dark chocolate, and legumes. Remember, this isn't about blaming your doctor or fearing every pill. It's about understanding how even helpful medications can cause harm if they're used without full context. Diuretics aren't evil, but they require awareness. The moment you start paying attention to how they make you feel and what nutrients they may be robbing, you take the power back. Have you been told your fatigue is just a normal part of aging? Do you sometimes feel like you're walking in a fog, or that your legs no longer cooperate with your mind? That's not normal. That's not inevitable. And it's certainly not the life you deserve. Most people never get this information. But if even one part of this video has helped you see your health differently, take a second and subscribe to our channel. It helps us reach more people like you, people who are ready to age with clarity, confidence, and strength. And if you want even more tools, supportive routines, and guidance from a like-minded senior community, visit us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. Every day, we help older adults take back their energy, rebuild their balance, and sharpen their minds with smart, simple strategies. Now, before we move on to number 1, ask yourself this. If something as common as a water pill could quietly strip your strength, what else might be lurking in your daily routine that you've never questioned? The answer is coming next, and it may just be the most unexpected one yet. Number 1. This one might seem harmless at first glance. In fact, you might be taking it daily without ever suspecting a connection to heart weakness, fatigue, or balance problems. But stay with me here, because this one hides behind the comforting idea of pain relief. It's one of the most popular over-the-counter pills in the world, and that's part of the problem. We're talking about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs for short. You know them as ibuprofen, naproxen, and sometimes even high-dose aspirin. For decades, seniors have leaned on these for everything from knee pain to backaches. They're sold in every pharmacy, marketed as safe, and often even recommended by friends or caregivers. But what most people don't realize is that NSAIDs can create a dangerous situation for the heart over time, especially in seniors. Let's break it down. When you take an NSAID, it works by blocking enzymes called COX-1 and COX-2. These enzymes play a role in inflammation and pain. Blocking them provides relief, and in many ways that's a good thing. But here's the catch. Those same enzymes also help protect the lining of your blood vessels, your stomach, and yes, your heart. By blocking them, NSAIDs can raise blood pressure, interfere with kidney function, and increase your risk of heart failure. According to the European Society of Cardiology and other research bodies, long-term or high-dose NSAID use in older adults is linked to a significantly higher risk of heart events, including heart attack and stroke. That risk is especially high in those who already have hypertension or existing heart issues. Think of your arteries as flexible hoses. NSAIDs make those hoses a little stiffer, a little less responsive. They reduce the protective oils that keep everything gliding smoothly. Over time, this causes pressure to build, and pressure leads to damage. Have you ever taken an ibuprofen in the morning and felt a little dizzy by lunchtime? Or noticed swelling in your ankles that wasn't there before? Maybe your doctor even mentioned that your blood pressure was creeping up for no obvious reason. It could be the very pill you're taking to stay mobile is quietly robbing you of the very strength you're trying to preserve. And this is where the danger really hides, because pain relief feels good. It makes you feel capable again. But if that relief is masking a deeper issue, and at the same time weakening the body's natural healing system, you're fighting a silent battle. And your heart is the one paying the price. But here's what most people don't realize. Chronic use of NSAIDs doesn't just stress the heart, it also affects kidney function. And the kidneys are crucial for keeping your blood pressure stable. So now you've got a double whammy. The drug is tightening your blood vessels and making it harder for your kidneys to regulate the pressure. You might not feel it right away, but over months or years, it builds up. Your energy drops. Your legs feel heavier. Your circulation slows down. Your memory feels foggy. And your balance? That's where it really shows. Because when circulation is compromised, your muscles don't respond the way they should. Your reflexes are slower. Your posture weakens. And that subtle instability becomes a major risk for falls. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with this. Pain management after 60 doesn't have to rely on NSAIDs. There are gentler, safer alternatives that support your heart instead of straining it. For joint pain, many seniors find relief with turmeric and ginger. These are natural anti-inflammatories that don't carry the same cardiovascular risks. Boswellia extract has also shown promise in reducing pain and stiffness without raising blood pressure. And for some, topical treatments like arnica gel or capsaicin cream can relieve local pain without impacting the heart at all. You can also support your joints with gentle movement. Think swimming, tai chi, or even short daily walks. Movement encourages circulation, reduces inflammation naturally, and builds strength around your joints, so you rely less on pills in the first place. And if the pain is persistent, consider talking to your doctor about physical therapy or low-impact strength training. Sometimes the root of the pain isn't damage, it's weakness. And strengthening the muscles around a joint can dramatically reduce discomfort. Have you been reaching for that pill bottle every morning just to get through the day? Do you ever wonder if your heart is quietly struggling to keep up? You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. The medical world is only now beginning to fully understand how these seemingly safe pills affect the aging heart. But you don't have to wait for the next study. You can take action now. You've made it through this countdown, and that means you care. You're someone who wants to stay strong, mobile, and independent, not just for today, but for the years ahead. So if you've found value in what you've heard, take a moment and subscribe to our channel. It helps us reach more seniors who are ready to take back their vitality, one smart choice at a time. Before we wrap up, here's a powerful thought. Sometimes the biggest transformation starts with subtracting something, not adding. When you remove the thing that's quietly weakening your heart, you make space for strength to return. You give your body a chance to heal, to move freely, and to thrive again. Now there's one more bonus insight coming up. It's not a pill, and it's not a food, but it might just be the key to turning your heart health around in the next 7 days. Let's take a look. Here's a bonus insight that might be more powerful than any food or pill. It's something that affects your heart every single day, whether you realize it or not. And it's not found in your medicine cabinet or on your plate. It's something you do or don't do every morning. And when seniors begin to shift this one habit, studies show that their heart rate stabilizes, their energy returns, and their circulation begins to thrive again. We're talking about morning breathing routines. That might sound simple, maybe even too simple. But stay with me. What happens first thing in the morning for most people over 60? You wake up, stretch a little, and immediately go into your routine. Maybe that's reading, making breakfast, checking your phone, or going straight for a cup of coffee. But almost no one pauses to activate the single most powerful healing system in the body, your breath. Deep, intentional breathing, done for just 5 minutes each morning, has been shown in clinical research to regulate blood pressure, reduce stress hormones, improve oxygenation, and ease the load on the heart. In fact, the British Heart Foundation has noted that even short daily breathing exercises can significantly improve heart function in older adults. Here's why. As we age, our breathing becomes more shallow. The diaphragm weakens. Stress causes us to hold tension in our chest, and over time, this reduces the amount of oxygen that reaches our organs, our muscles, even our brain. And the heart has to work harder to compensate. But what if you flipped that script? Try this. As soon as you wake up, sit on the edge of your bed. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. Then exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this cycle 10 times. It will take you only 5 minutes. During those 5 minutes, your body shifts into a calmer state. Your heart rhythm balances, your blood vessels relax, and your circulation improves. You might even feel your fingers and toes start to tingle a little. That's blood flow coming back to life. And that's not all. This kind of breathing activates something called the vagus nerve. It's a long nerve that runs from your brain to your gut, and it plays a vital role in calming your entire system. When the vagus nerve is stimulated through slow, rhythmic breathing, inflammation goes down, mood improves, and your heart begins to beat with more efficiency. It's like giving your heart a reset button every single day. Have you ever felt more anxious in the mornings? Or noticed that your heart races before breakfast? Or that you feel lightheaded standing up? That's often a sign of poor autonomic balance, meaning your nervous system is out of sync. And that imbalance makes your heart more vulnerable. But this simple breathing routine puts your system back into harmony. And the best part? It's free, it's safe, and you can start tomorrow. You don't need fancy gadgets. You don't need supplements. You don't even need to get out of your pajamas. All you need is your breath, your intention, and 5 quiet minutes. And here's something else to consider. When seniors combine morning breathwork with hydration, a short walk, or a warm shower, their circulation improves even more. You're stacking habits that support your heart rather than stress it. So here's the gentle challenge. For the next 7 mornings, before anything else, try the 5-minute breathwork routine. Just 10 deep, controlled breaths. Watch what happens to your energy, your stability, your focus, your mood, and most importantly, your heart. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine isn't in a bottle. It's already within you, waiting to be activated. If you've made it this far, you've already taken a powerful first step. Because awareness is the beginning of transformation. Most people never question the pills they've been handed. They trust, they comply, and they silently suffer the consequences. But not you. Today, you learned what most doctors never mention, that some of the most common medications prescribed after 60 might quietly be draining your strength, weakening your heart, and stealing your independence. You discovered the hidden effects of pills meant to help, but that may, in some cases, slowly harm. And most importantly, you've seen that there are alternatives, that there's hope, and that it's never too late to make better choices for your heart and your health. Now here's what to do next. If you found this video helpful, click the subscribe button so you never miss these life-saving insights again. Every week, we release new content made specifically for seniors who want to take control of their health naturally, wisely, and on their own terms. And join us at thegoldenyearsrx.com. It's our community hub for like-minded seniors who are doing exactly what you're doing, learning, growing, and taking back control. Inside, you'll find free resources, bonus videos, support, and a family that truly understands what you're going through. Remember, your heart has carried you through decades of life. It's time to return the favor. You are not too old. It is not too late. And your best years can still be ahead, starting now. We'll see you in the next video.